Hello, welcome to my channel. This goes out. Hope I don't mess up her name. Asila Yana, um, one that was blasting Indians for not who she believed that they're not who they say they is. And I must give praises to the Most High before I do anything. The time now is 7:35 p.m. Monday, August the 1st. Now I want to say something, and I don't want nobody, get offense and stuff like that. Uh, I've seen her listening to a so-called white man. He's not even white. My wife called him Euro, short for European descent. But when you call him white, you giving him power. And I don't understand why she's blasting um, Indians or native indigenous people and going to believe a white man. I guess because some people still have that white mentality. Every time a white person says something, everybody believe what they say. And I'm a native, and people question me like, "Oh, you're dark. You don't just because a person got dark skin, that don't mean he's mixed with somebody. Because I already had all that stuff done to me. I know where my mother come from. Everybody's pissed off. Everybody's claiming to be Indian. They see Indian with casinos, and they think they're gonna get some money. And that's what this is all about. It's about money. It's like these artist people always hustling to make money. And what I'm trying to say is a lot of things people don't know. Um, my mother's tribe has been in the Midwest for over 10,000 years. And if they not who they say they is, to this day, why do all the people look like they belong to the same tribe? And if people keep claiming that they Indian, I don't got nothing against nobody. Like most African Americans and other people do that. I live in the state of Connecticut. I guarantee you, there's not one black person in Connecticut that's claimed to be Indian speaks the native language and stuff like that. Why is that? Indians that live on reservation and not reservation, they still speak their native tongue. I speak mine. And another thing people don't understand, and just because you see a person that's real light, oh, she look like a white woman. Yeah, some people are mixed, but you got some Indians that live in Central America, South America. They real pure Indian. They never been mixed with anybody. They never, but the tribe was so brutal and warfare, you couldn't even land there and talk to an Indian, they would kill you. So they never had. Some of them still don't have contact with other people and stuff like that. And if I tell people certain things, it's probably too much for them to comprehend. Um, in Arizona, there was a native. Everybody saw him back in the 1600s. He didn't want to be captured or go live on a reservation with European would telling all the people did. He went. I don't know if y'all. This might be too far for y'all. He went to in another dimension. Everybody saw him go to the door. It's a door there, but the door is like a cement. So they said he went in there and went in another dimension. And like a lot of tribes, if you ask some Indians where they come from, they say from the sky people. That means they'll tell you we always been here and stuff like that. And what I'm about to say, people ain't gonna listen. The Creator, as we know, the Creator gave certain angels the ability to create other people. That's why you see statues and stuff that look similar to the people. So I'm trying to explain to people why would you attack somebody? Because a lot of people, it's like this lady told me she was African American. She said a lot of African Americans claim to be like part Indian because they don't like what happened to them in slavery. They don't want to be reminded of that, and they try to take on another identity. And I'm not trying to knock somebody. Yeah, it was bad when she said that she don't respect the Indians on reservation. Not all people are like that because if all people were the same, they would have separate places. Well, they do. People come to portals and everything, and they come in this world. So that's why when they did skull. They had a Native American skull. They put it next to an African skull. They did not match. So that means didn't come from him. And if y'all say y'all already here, how come you go to these other places? I'm not trying to knock nobody. I don't want nobody to get offended. But people always believe with a so-called European descent person believe that means everybody got that white mentality, and otherwise you would be saying stuff like that. Uh, uh, yeah, you got some Indians they can't help that, but you got some Indians that's mixed and some is not. Just like me, people are always looking at me. What other Indians know, you have dark Indians down to real black, and just because a person's real dark, that don't mean he's um, a black Indian, and I told the lady before, the creator gave Indians the whole United States to take care of the caretakers of the land. Just like you go to cemeteries, they have caretakers there to take care of the land. But when other people came here, then to respect the land, they messed it up and stuff like that. And look at me, I get picked at a lot, and you would think it would be a person of European descent. There's always a person of color that trying to fight me for what reason. You should have a problem with the government and other things. And everybody I met, I have Jamaican friends, but when I deal with the Jamaican, that's the individual. You can't blame all of them for something that one person do. But I got attacked yesterday, not like physical, with words. I'm in the church, trying to get food. They give out food, so I was in line. So this African American guy that's attacked me, come on, he'll stab and shoot me. That's how much he hated me. And I said, why? But I guarantee you, all these people do all this smacking and talking. You would not go up to a white person and say what you said to me. Why? Because a lot of y'all, so-called African Americans, are scared of white people. Y'all be trying to run and kill each other. But when a white person say something, y'all believe every damn word that came out of their mouth. And some of them are the biggest ass liars on the planet. And that's why I understand why people attack natives, attack the people that came here, and the people that brought your ancestors there. I said, when the girl said, you don't speak other damn language, I said, well, you supposed to be speaking Swahili. How can no African Americans speak that? But y'all claiming to be something that you're not. Because I saw it on Tubman. I told before, I'm not knocking nobody. I don't want nobody to think I'm a racist because I'm not. I'm just talking about certain things people don't know. I have seen things, my wife seen things, and my mother was born August 10th, 1919. My mother spoke fluent Shoshone. And when other people, you don't have to speak the language to be something, but you should learn your language. And American Indian speaks about over 50,000 dialects. So if they know who they are, who are they? Y'all just assume. There's like a black guy I know. He looked straight up Chinese. He did his DNA because I said everybody got slanted eyes and not mixed with Asian either. So people should think before they say something. And they try to wipe Indians out to get, to claim that. And if you are, you are, but if you're not, I wouldn't claim something I'm not. When I did my DNA, I'm straight up. I don't you tell people I can show people my DNA, but I don't have to prove anything and stuff like that. But some people don't understand, and I get mostly harassed by African Americans. I don't know why, but I saw these two black people in New York. They was going to Subway. This black guy bumped into another black guy. He was ready to tear the man's head off. So I F you up. And the guy said, my bad, I'm sorry. But when he bumped, the same guy bumped into a white guy. This is what I'm telling you. Uh, oh, are you all right? My bad. He picked the white guy briefcase up because they got everybody believing that Jesus is Euro. That's why people, when they see this brainwashing, so everybody that's brainwashed would say something like that. I don't mean to, get off because that's like saying my mother wasn't who she said she was. A person gonna have dark skin. He don't have to be a black Indian. And I saw, like the other guy, I saw the kind of picture he was showing. He he think of when he see an indigenous person, his eyes are slanted. He got to be mixed with Chinese and white. That's not the case. A lot of people got slanted out and they not mixed with them with Chinese. I know a lot. I know a black guy. You see, you swear he was Asian. That's how he look. He got Chinese hair. He did DNA. They ain't find no Asian blood in him. And I like he kept saying there's no pure. Y'all heard y'all say with no pure blooded Indian. Well, I'm sorry to bust y'all bubble. This Indian girl did her DNA. She was 99% Indian blood. She wasn't mixed, so they still have Indians that's pure. Everybody, oh, everybody's mixed. And I have seen other things. I have seen people from other dimensions and portals and from the spirit world. See, your spirit world, if you're not in touch with reality or without God, you going to just believe everybody at random what they say. That's why I was shocked when you took this white guy's um, word because he's white. That's like some people, if you tell them reggae music originated in Africa, they won't believe me. They got to ask a Jamaican person. That's how my friend did it. When he asked a Jamaican guy, he said, "Oh, you didn't believe the Indians?" He said, "Yeah, reggae music came out of Africa. That's where it originated from, but Jamaica just changed it around. And when you hear that beat in Jamaican song, you go like, ooh, ooh, ooh. They got that from India. They borrow bits and pieces. Don't mean that they trying to steal. They want to be original, so they create their own kind of reggae music. But if you hear reggae music from Africa, it do not sound like nothing from the Caribbean. It's real pretty. But this Haitian guy, had it. You know, but when I speak, people call me a racist because I have strong opinion. I'm not a racist. I think everybody got a right to freedom. And Indians too, like, like when you said you didn't have respect for them because y'all don't believe that Indians, well, we not Indian, we just indigenous people. I guess I'm not a Indian either. Some people they always question that, but when an East Indian, when people see an East Indian, oh you're a Indian, well they are because that's what they were Indian. We were just indigenous people in Columbus land here. He didn't want to start calling them Indians and took some of them back to the Queen of Spain, Queen Isabella, because he wanted her to think that he been to India. She never seen people from the Caribbean, so she didn't know how they looked. So she thought that he had got some Indians. But a lot of Indians, um, like they know all about angels and everything before a white man even came here. When they asked him, like I said, who created you? He said the sky people. So people be saying that African Americans was here. Well, in all 50 states, y'all would have been in those 50 states when my uncle went to South Dakota and Wyoming and stuff. Well, my mother is from Wyoming, then she lives in Iowa. That's the Midwest. I'm not trying to knock them out. I don't want nobody get mad at me, but sometimes you tell the truth, people get angry. He said he went in those states. He said if black people been here that long. He said I didn't see. How come I didn't see none in those states? Wyoming, um, Arizona. You know how he see, because a truck driver told me, he said, I'm black. He said, I drove through Wyoming. He said, the only black person I saw was another trucker. And he said, damn, it's just white people and Indians. My mother's tribe been here for 10,000 years. And, and it's a shame how people don't have compassion for Native. We got killed. It's like African Americans, even more. There's more Indians right now in jail. And to some African Americans, they're not going to tell you the statistics, but they don't want you to know. And I give everybody credit when it's credit is due. Like you have people from Africa and those places that don't even like American black people or nobody else. They only here for the taking. And if you don't believe me, I asked people that worked at the casino. They said they came in contact with them, and even though y'all might be related, some of them they do not like. I experienced with them how they treated African Americans in the casino I worked in. They didn't like them. They didn't like me either. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want to claim the music, you gotta really know what you're talking about. Because people challenge you. Everything I say, I try to be accurate, but I know I don't know everything. But some people claim to know everything. And I was like, got a little offended because I have light skinned people in my family. So when my cousin heard you talking on your channel, she said, wow, is we white and Indian mixed? with Chinese? And my aunt said no, and stuff like that. But people don't understand. Angels can create other people if they got the ability from the Most High to do that. That's what an angel. That's what I have. I know people think I'm crazy. I have seen the angels. Me and my wife have talked to them, and I won't even tell you because y'all won't think. But the things that we saw, my wife even filmed the angel flying with a bald eagle. Like I said, I'm not trying to be nothing. I just got a little offended because I said I don't know why you would believe anything come out of his mouth. I guess that's your forefather, so you gonna believe them and stuff like that. These people, they were white man. He know history, but he gonna twist it. He know people gonna believe him because he's white. I haven't heard a white man say. That's why I understand why you saying that. Quoting him and saying that he's right and all that stuff. That yeah, wow, and it's just so much stuff. They have portals. Indians that come from another world, which some of them do. That's why when they ask some Indians where you come from, he said from the sky. That's why I'm telling God gave certain angels the ability to create other people. That's why some Indians, I know it's kind of hard to go through stuff like that. Some people are still brainwashed because otherwise you wouldn't have said what you said. Like you don't have respect for Indians. A lot of Indians, I have compassion for everybody, whether the person black or Indian, all them Indian women that so you don't think they're not Indian, so you don't care about what happened. All those Indian ladies that got snatched from their homes and took their children away, some of them got murdered, raped, killed. And y'all think that's not bad? And like Wall Street, they actually built a wall to keep the French and Indians out. That's why it's called Wall Street. So nobody have compassion for those. And underneath the World Trade Center, there was an Indian barrel ground there. They said they've been there for over 5,000 years. That's a long time. And so they was careful when they built this Freedom Building. They didn't want to disturb that place. But Manhattan get their name from a nation of Indians that used to be there called Manhasset Indian. That's where the word Manhattan come from. The Dutch built a wall to keep the French and Indians out. That's why it's called Wall Street. You don't believe me? Go ahead and take a tour. They got part of the wall still up there. On that little island, where the Statue of Liberty is at, there was a tribe of Indians lived there called Arapaho Indians. When the French came, they pushed them into New Jersey. That's where their reservation is now. A reservation is like a plantation. It wasn't good. And it's like the guy tried to attack me last week for no reason. Told me he gonna keep my braids off my head. I said, not that hair makes difference. This is my real hair. And I just like why was he attacking me? And you know yourself, some black people they love white people. That's why they believe everything that come out his damn mouth. And some of them are the biggest liars in the whole entire world. And that's why I understand when you said I didn't think that Indian looked like that white man and stuff like that. Well, I stopped calling him white too. And I guarantee y'all all call y'all bosses. You don't know the word boss is a bad word. You look up the word boss, it means he's an overseer. That means he's your slave master. Y'all still listening to him. And I call my boss my employer because you call him boss, it means boss doesn't mean you the taskmaster or overseer. You can look it up if you don't believe me. Most things that I try to say, I try to be accurate. I don't know everything, but I know enough to know when something's not right. And, Indians are who they are. I'm not trying to take nothing from African Americans because when they came here, they invented a lot of stuff. Just like Indians don't get no credit for inventing things. Like when I told the African guy, I said the boiler room that you see in your basement, the boiler, I said the African American man built that. He built a light switch that you flick on, all that stuff. The toilet that you sit on, you tell because Africans they don't like Black Americans, and that's why I told the lady, why you dressed up like an African, which they don't even like. I met Africans that didn't even like Me, I never did unto nobody. Like the African American guy was gonna fight me, so he gonna get a gun and shoot me. We all people of color. We should knock one another and stuff like that. And I wish people would really look into what I'm saying about the Indians. All you got to do is punch up uh, the gateway. This Indian went in another dimension. They can come and go as they please. That's what people do. And UFO, what do you think them is? Those are like really angel driving spaceship. And I've never been attacked like that before. And that's why a lady said, yeah, like, even the Israelites, one thing the Israelites said was true. He said black people always believe something coming out of a white man's mouth. Because that's that white mentality in you. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just telling the truth. I got a friend of I got a lot of light skinned Indians in my family. Y'all probably looking at them. Oh, the Indian always look Chinese. Indian can even have slanted eyes, and he won't have no trace of Asian blood in him or Chinese. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, you got black people that look Chinese. They do the DNA. They don't have Chinese in them at all. They don't have white in them. A person can be real light. That don't mean he got white in him either. That's why I didn't like what was said, but I'm trying to explain. People should wake up and come to reality. That's this name of my talk right here. What I'm doing now is called "Come to Reality." And you shouldn't bash people like that. You don't know just because the lady was light skinned. She looked like a white lady. I heard what you said, but my aunt looked like that lady. She certainly ain't white. A person could be real light skinned. He don't necessarily be mixed with white people. Some people think was I got long hair, and that don't make you an Indian either. And some people always say, "Oh, we got an Indian in the family," and they show the picture of their grandmother. They think that's an Indian. A lot of times, even my cousin said that. A lot of times, some African American people they see a person in their family with long straight hair. Oh, my grandmother's an Indian. Even Chris Rock said that. Every time I turn around, a African American person always saying, "My grandmother's an Indian." Sometimes you don't even be looking at an Indian. I'm not trying to knock nobody because your grandparents probably was nice people, but I'm just saying wake up to reality. And when a girl said her mother was an Indian, come to find out she was a mulatto. A mulatto is a mixed person, like a person could be white and black and have long hair. People think they're looking at an Indian, but they don't. That's why I'm calling the show Wake Up to Reality. And I don't mean to back and by, but it's like when a guy talked about my authenticity, when I talked about it, he didn't like it. I was just talking. This guy came out of left field, cussed me out, and I F you up and shoot you or stab you the next time I see you. And I told him, I said, well, if you, I'll give it some thought. I told you, you better give it some thought before trying. Second, don't get mad at me. Like I said, you wouldn't talk to a white person like that because you're scared of him. Y'all love to kill one another, though, and stuff like that. When he said all that stuff, I looked at him like that. People kept telling me he was wrong. This is an African American guy trying to fight me for no reason. And of course, maybe he wanted to look like you and stuff like that. And I'm not saying everybody like that, but um, people always claim that because they feel like the girl said on television that people claim to be Indian because they think they can get some money or like that. Now, if I was who I said I was, um, like I told a girl, y'all believe all this stuff. Like even he said it. Cedric Entertainer, no Bernie Mac, he said white men tell y'all the world gonna end in 2012. All you fools went in water and stuff like that. Ain't nothing happened. Y'all believe because he was white. That's that white mentality I'm talking about. Y'all gotta stop doing that. You gonna put down Indian, I don't know what they did. Some Indians won't accept some people, but they know that some people try to claim to be Indian so they can on try to get land and stuff like that. That's what that's all about. I don't mean to bash anybody, but like if somebody talk about your identity bad or your people, you gonna say something too. So people say, "Oh, you saying that?" She talking about your people, but you almost in color, African American person. I said, "So I'm still a native. I don't even call myself an American. You got some Indians would do that because they do it 'cause people so used to that Indian. If he, so what I'm saying, people so used to saying Indian. If you say I'm an Indian, they gonna like look at you like first American. And so what if the Indians was here first? Was I know? That's no reason for people to bash them. We got bashed enough. And I'm proud of what I am. And other people should be too. They had a lady on television did her DNA after work. Like, she thought she would get some money. That guy did her DNA, came back on both sides of the family. He said, "You ain't have no Indian in you." He said, "Man, that's why you angry when you see the rumors. So y'all try to claim they not who they is, who what they are, which that's not right. Indians is who they are. They've been here for. That's what I'm saying. If y'all was here first, why y'all don't speak the language? 50 states Indians speak their native language. All those 50 states. How come y'all don't? I asked the guy, be honest. This African American guy told me, "You right." He said, "I live in Connecticut, Hartford." He said, "He live in West Hartford." He said, "All these black people walk around claim to be Indian." He said, "Now one of them, even me, now one of them knows who speak no native language. Why is it fake Indian? Y'all call them fake or bootleg, whatever you say, and speak their native tongue. It's not made up, stuff like that." But that's all I got to say. I'm just fed up how people always listen to what a Euro say. I'm not saying Euros is bad. You have good Euros. You got good Indians that would welcome you and stuff like that. And some won't. Some Indians that's private, like want to be to themselves. I'm like that, and stuff. When I tell people my age, she said, "This lady, you 64?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Wow, you look like a 30-year-old man." It takes a long time for a dad to start looking at his age. My son is 30. I got a 22-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. She lives in Wisconsin on a reservation. I tell her, "Hey, honey, you're not an Indian because I'm going to tell my daughter, you're not an Indian because people say that when you like that, you got to have white blood in you. That's not always necessary either." Wow. But I'm trying to explain to you, my talk show is called Wake Up to Reality. Because there's a lot of things that y'all don't know. If I tell y'all will be like, "Whoa, I get so deep." But I say that for another time. Uh, it's a shame how people don't respect one another. I respect everybody, and I don't do that. You respect me, I respect you. Even if you didn't respect me, I would still give you your props, and stuff like that. 'Cause I'm the one that get blessed, because I did something right. Even if the guy threatened to kill me or shoot me, I had to make a police report. People said I was snitch. I said, "That's not a snitch." When people talk like that, "Oh, we don't do the snitching," they do that because that's a criminal mind of thinking. You see, like them other people, they were saying, "Oh, I don't answer questions," and they don't like to give the idea. But most of them, they have a criminal background. That's why they always say they always like, as soon as they see a cop, they go right over there and start harassing them, and all of them do the same thing. It's not harassment. Yes, it is you talking. They at their job. They doing their job. They don't need anybody checking up on you. That y'all lying. Y'all ain't checking. Y'all checking because y'all making money off those channels. Like I said in my 2 or 3 other videos, when you capture somebody's image and don't tell them, you making money off their image. That's why they all of them say the same thing. There's no privacy in the public, but you should have a little common courtesy for somebody. They don't, because all they in it for to make money, and half of them ain't they never had a job in their life. A lot of them is common. They got nerve to check other people. That's what get me mad. Just like me, I've been attacked in my own neighborhood for what I am. When I went to look to see Trump in Connecticut, he wasn't president. I just wanted to hear him speak. God said, "You're a Trump supporter. We're going to whoop your ass." I whoop my ass for what? And the Secret Service standing right there. He said, "Take your ass home about your business." I don't understand people like that, but I have to go now. But I'm just saying, people should give it thought before saying something. A person can look white too. Well, not good at work. A person can look European descent too. He might not even be there. That's what people got to stop doing that. I'm not trying to. be mean to African. I got friends. Uh, I done said when y'all said y'all was always here, where's the language? How can y'all don't speak the language? Go to these reservations that y'all call fake Indians. They speak their native language. They pass on from generation to generation. I find that kind of strange that all these people claim to be Indian. None of y'all speak the language. None of y'all. I mean, you can learn it. They got stuff like that. So some people probably will learn it, make them think that they Indians too. A person speak another language don't mean that he's that person. So let me go now. I'm just a little angry. I just don't like how people do other people. Time is short. Y'all worry about who's here first and all this stuff, and I don't like it. But I want to tell y'all something else. Like what I was going to say. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I'm not trying to claim to be something I'm not or bash other people. I'm just talking respectable. I respect everybody, but when you bash somebody like when that black guy bashed me, I bashed him back. I said, I'll make you remind you. I said, I'll beat you behind so bad, you will be remember your ancestors. I said, people like you, I actually do carry, not to be bashing nobody, I carry a bag of cotton with me. I said, I hit you so hard, I make you take you back on the plantation, working for the white man, which y'all love smoking, y'all always believe it, and then it come out their mouth. And I said, I thought you want to see Jesus or you want to see Satan. Who you want to see, Jesus or Diablo? I just don't like people bashing people like that. You just rip right into the Indians and have no sympathy for them. And a lot of Indians, children, women get murdered all the time. You will see it on the press. Now, they trying to wipe Indian existence out. That's why this girl said, it's always here. The guy looked at her like, who is you? And they do got other worlds. What make y'all think this the only planet and stuff like that? Indians can live on the planet, so they can decide to come here. You don't know. That's why I told people they should talk. I have seen things other natives know that they got gateways to other world because they showed it. Well, they didn't show it to us, but they showed the reservation that it happened on. It was a Hopi reservation in Arizona. And this Indian walked right through this. And they saw it. They waited for his return. He ran away and stuff like that. He didn't want to be on no plantation or slave thing and stuff. That's why I told him, hey, you ask them where they come from, we always been here. Somebody else in the Bible, it says in the Bible, people steal other people's identity. That's what so many people doing today. They stealing the real native's identity. Even if an Indian got white in him, he's still a native. He got the ways and everything, but no, some people don't believe that. I heard another guy say the same thing. Oh, when you see those Indians with straight hair, what hair got to do with it? They Chinese and settle hair, and they Chinese and white. I never. Oh wow! So I hope y'all will find it in your heart. You shouldn't bash. With time is short. So people getting along, they trying to find out who Indian or not. Cause everybody think they gonna get some benefits and stuff like that. So that's all I got to say. Dada Wado. That means take care. Have a blessed evening. I hope. That means amen. So I talk to y'all later. Remember, this video is called a reality check. Wake up. It's a reality check. All right. Thank you. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.